Hi guys, Guglielmo from Guglatech. Yes, it is beautiful. Today we will present you the latest invention, the ultimate modification for the KTM fuel pumps. This is the best thing you can ever do to your fuel pump. Nothing can match our design, nothing can match our results. Let's start from the beginning. Why do we want to do this? Well, actually, this fuel pump has plenty of problems. The first one we noticed, and we were among the first to realize this because we are in the twin electronic fuel injector KTM since the beginning. My bike is 2007 KTM 990. I was with the group of people analyzing the pump at BRITTLE in LC8 group in Italy, so I was there since the beginning. Fuel filters, they started like this. Remember? Small, delicate. Then they moved in 2010 to this one, again, small, delicate. So we invented our Godzilla and our out-of-tank fuel filter modification. This is unbeatable. This is still the best way to protect your fuel injection in the world. We rock and roll. We still have the best solution. Then, other problems. The plastic. This plastic will break eventually. We have plenty of people which are trying to repair it with Loctite, with some glue, with some systems. It's plastic. It's not bound to resist. You have to open it every 15,000 kilometers to change the filters. 15,000 kilometers? The screws, you keep destroying them. It's impossible not to ruin them because the design is wrong. Then the metal tabs, they also break. We have plenty of cases of breaking tabs. So why? Why keep using this poor design when you can move to something much better? Last but not least, let me put this baby monster here. The fact that you're bound to the wrong fuel pump design. I don't know if you had the chance, you should, to read our latest blog where we analyze and test all fuel pumps. You can see we had quite a bit. And about fuel pumps, we asked for help. We contact many companies, Bosch. Then we contact also the Italian Magneti Marelli. Actually, nobody wanted to help us. Yes, they were very kind. They were trying to somehow tell us to wait, that eventually they will help us. But let's be honest, it's like me calling Charlize Theron and say, hey, Charlize, why don't you come to Florence and have dinner with us? Nice wine, I'm a great cook, you will have plenty of fun. You think it's gonna happen? I don't think so. Anyway, Charlize, should you happen to be in Florence, come, call us, you will have plenty of fun. Back to pumps. So what did we do? You should read the articles, really. We created this test rig. It's a KTM 990 MK1 with a Bosch fuel pump running in the tank at this moment as we speak with our latest system. This is a special prototype for racing. It's doing 130, 140 liters per hour with only 5.8 amps. Some of these pumps will not reach 90 liters per hour with the same sort of kind of absorption, which is wrong. So let me move this huge amount of pumps to the side. The question was, how do we implement a Bosch fuel pump design, which is the design to choose for whatever application, in my humble opinion, from this? Well, it's quite simple. We invented this adapter. It's a beauty. It's incredible. It's strong. It's indestructible. This is the ultimate solution. With this, there will be no more pulling apart plastic. There will be no more screws. There will be no more strong or strange grounding. There will be no more pulling cable off the plugs at the bottom. There will be no more plastic, brittle. It will never pop open again. Like this. It's already not working. You won't even notice. While you're mounting it back, it won't work. This is wrong. We have the solution. How does it look like? How do you modify it to mount our system? It's quite simple. Let's see how it's done. There are two videos now that we will show you how to mount our new cables longer, stronger and better, and how to run this hose from the fuel pressure regulator. Why this? Well, all systems nowadays, they want to recirculate the fuel directly from the fuel pressure regulator, the bypass, which circulates more than 95% of the petrol all time, directly where the pump will again suck the petrol through. So this, very simply, very strongly, but also very sorry, I got stuck. Will recirculate directly all the fuel that goes through the bypass to the pump inlet. This is a great improvement in the pump, also survival. This pump should never run dry. We know it. Everybody who was trying to run the pump dry or that was out of fuel, it happened to me too. I just didn't realize that my fuel level was broken. So I tried to start the bike twice. I burned the pump down. Have you ever heard of anybody with a car just trying to start the car with empty tank and burning the pump? I'm sorry, I don't know anybody who burned a fuel pump, a car fuel pump, just trying to see if there was any petrol in the tank. But this pump, it was a question of a couple of minutes, burned. I know plenty of people who had the same issues. People in 2006 who had to change the pump, 500 euros, just because this was done. Nowadays there are other pumps, there are producers, there are off-the-shelf offers. We tested them, all of them, against a Bosch fuel pump design. They failed. Check our blog. It's gonna be really eyes-opening. Back to the subject. So we have this amazing design made of many parts. There is a video how to install the cables. There is a video how to modify the fuel pressure regulator, creating a thread. You will receive, among all parts, also the specific tool to make the thread. You can see, you can use either the proper tool to turn the thread maker, or put it in a vise. We use it a baby vise, something for 5 euros at the Home Depot. It works. It's aluminium and it doesn't have to be precise. It's no machine. You just have to plug in the holes, and once it's in, it's very strong. It won't turn back. It's forever. Yes, you can cut it open, but this is not the issue. So it's kind of minutes top. That's it. Back to the subject. Let's open up our amazing invention. Let's start from the ground. The ground is much stronger. In the ground, should you have the system with the floater, you can attach the floater to the new ground, and you can see the height is maybe lower, so you might lose a couple of kilometers from the reserve, but this you can adapt to yourself, but you can keep the fuel sensor on the fuel pump. You will receive the bolts for this too. Let's open up. First the ground. We don't want to pull open the cable. Beta space. Broken filters, as always. Then we open up the connector. You can see that this time the connector is a real deal. This connector has been done for the Bosch type connectors. It will cope and match 97% of all produced Bosch fuel type connectors. Should it not work, you can choose any other type of connectors, but still you can adapt this. You can even use this connector on the old Cayenne design. I will show you. So in case you have still a couple of Cayenne fuel pumps home, you can still use them in this system, and they will anyway connect. It's not a big deal. You respect the plus with the red. Done. It's even more stable than the original one. Look, I'm pulling, it doesn't come off. Back to business. So we separate this. Let's disconnect the fuel pressure regulator. All these bolts are inox and they will be provided to you in the parcels. What we are analyzing here is mounting it on the 990 Adventure flange type. We are already producing the one for the 1190, 1090, 1050, 1290, also the early Supermoto, Super Duke after 2007. It's just that this one, we start with the Queen of Rallies, my bike, the 990 Adventure. You will receive also the special O-ring, as you can see. It's not like the other one, it's a different one, but it's perfect. Remember, always, always, always oil while you're applying new O-rings. Let's go on. Now, you can see no more Phillips screwdriver, no more. No more. It was a wrong design from the beginning. When you will lock it back, remember it's a 4 Newton, it's aluminium, don't over tighten it. It's not necessary, also because inox and aluminium tend to form an oxidation which will lead to lock down the thread as if it was Loctite. Yes, you can also use Loctite. We recommend this type, the 542, has been designed for this kind of application. It's specific for petrol and to lock down metals. So inox plus aluminium, aluminium, or metal on metal. This is a very good product. You can find in any home depot or specific depot for parts. It's necessary. I would maybe recommend to use it on the bolt locking down the fuel pressure regulator. But again, it's inox and aluminium. The oxide generated itself by the system will lock the bolt down. This is part of these parts will come together. Then we have the spacers, you see? Then we have the pump. Here we go. This is the original part. Obviously, everything will contain also new O-rings, like always, like in any of our systems, you always receive all the parts. Then we have our incredible, fantastic invention. Don't forget, here there is a bolt inside. Don't touch it. This is just because of the working. There is no need to tighten it. There is no need to move it. It has been already locked with Loctite. Should you decide to move it, please put thread locker back on. This kind of thread locker. But again, it's there forever. It will never move and nothing will ever change. Don't touch it. This is the original. Then you receive a spacer. Back on. This spacer is just because you have to adapt the different length between the two systems. The Bosch, as a part of the plastic part, is protruding higher than the Keihin. So, simple spacer, and now the length are the same. You know, easy peasy. O-ring, obviously, part, and filter. Why did we use this filter? We wanted to show you that whatever filtration system you decide to implement, even if it's not ours, even if you have plenty of this cheap, useless pre-filter and you're running out of tank that you choose and you bought by yourself, it's fine. The system will work with whatever filtration you want. Just the pump is stronger. The pump will cope better. Not because it's ours, because it's a good brand, because it's a good design, because all the pumps we tested have the same result. They are much, much better than whatever Keihin type was ever put on the market. All of them, whatever brand. Now, coming to the tricky part. This is the vibration, I don't know how to call it, dampener, okay? Actually, if you see the two differences, you know, between, let me flip this one off. You can see that they are different, okay? No problem. Why you think, okay, but this will not match. No, it's rubber. So what you do, you simply put back the rubber. You can do what you want. You can grind down a piece from the pump you will buy. So there are so many different issues. There are so many different bottom of pumps, thousands. But what matters most is that they all match the same design. Inlet and centering pin. They're all the same. So this matches, plus the outlet here. This outlet is all the same in all fuel pumps. Here is with the protruding part to protect it. Here there is nothing. Here is totally flat. Then we have a pump which has absolutely nothing at the bottom. Let me open it for you. This, for example, plastic. This pump is the most amazing application for the Denso type pumps used on the Yamaha XTZ. Look, totally flat, there is nothing. So what? It will work anyway, because this works in any case. The space, the height, it's always the same. So no worries, it really doesn't matter. What you will do, you will put simply the spacer, sorry, I was talking to the pump obviously. You took the spacer back in the flange and mounted the pump on top, no worries. Here there is a video how you install the cables. Should you have, like I said, the fuel lever sensor, don't worry, just leave it there. It will be long enough. Why we choose to use such long cables? It's more practical. They will not rip off while you're pulling, and this, as you can see, it's very fixed. I didn't put any glue. It's like it is. So we put this one back. We're mounting it back for you to see. Now, all parts are obviously depending on the two spacers. This doesn't want to come on. Anyway, this is the original part from the KTM set. So you will use this one and obviously the damper. Pump, mount whatever filter you want. Obviously, this is a real filter. This is a real strainer. This is the solution to all problems. With this and filtration at the neck, you will never have to open up the pump again in your life or in the bike life ever. Better pump, better filtration, all at hand. One go. So let's put back whatever filter you decide. Whatever, doesn't matter to me. Neither to the system. And the pump is stronger, so don't worry. Okay. You can see this is the wrong design for the bottom. It makes no difference. The pump is there. So then ring, spacer, O-ring. You will have mounted again this rubber. Original flange. You will see the flange is somehow higher because the rubber is not exactly matching. It doesn't matter. The pump is stable. It will not move. It's perfect like this. Then, I suggest you to mount this part before mounting the rest. It will hold everything in position. As always, the logo is facing where the connector goes. So you simply mount it this way, but there is no way to make a mistake. Simply no way. Done. Now, the part from the KTM, like I said, oil. Use engine oil, use transmission oil. Do not use WD-40, don't use solvents, do not use grease, never, ever. Grease with the fuel system, never, ever. Don't use sealant, motor sealant. Oil, that's it. You can see I'm just following simply, pim pam. There was no pressure, there was no need for any pressure. It's already aligned, it's perfect. Spacers. As you can see, everything is quite stable. You don't need to have the same. It's worse, much worse when you are mounting both of the column hidden here back into position. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. I understand that the system was intended for you not to be able to provide your own parts, to be bound forever to this design, because such a poor design will force you to stay forever with the parts supplied by the producer. Yeah, it's called golden cage, no? You have no choice. I'm giving you freedom. This is the choice. This is freedom. Big word, eh? And second spacer. Now, no over tightening, please, never. Very simply, you go down one thread, you follow with the other thread to align correctly everything into position. I didn't apply the Loctite. I don't need. There is no need because the inox and the aluminum will form this oxide which will lock down. But you can be able to open it up, no problem. It's an Allen, it's not a Phillips. You can even pry it open with the player should anything happen. It will never, and you will have no need to open it up again. So, but again, it's so nice to be away from the Phillips screwdrivers. These body screw, I hate them with my guts. Not just me, I mentioned. So, tighten, 4 Newton, 5 Newton, top, no more need. Really, you're pushing rubber. So the rubber will work. If you want, you can even put the washer, the cut washer, the elastic ones. It's up to you. Connector. Done. Then we have here the ground. You have the special bolt for this. Again, if you want to apply your fuel level sensor, you just use this hole and the special bolts we will provide you to tie everything together to make one sandwich. The ground and the levels, the sensor level, fuel level sensor, sorry. Whoops. Oh yeah, this is the difficult part, to put the bolt on. Imagine that. Again, no screwdriver, just Allen. No Phillips screws. I cannot stand Phillips screws anymore. They are good for wood, that's it. Again, easy peasy. No need to over tighten, even though it's inox on steel, so actually you could go a bit stronger. Remember, it's aluminum, do not over tighten. Now, the funny part. Fuel pressure regulator. O-ring on top, drop of oil. You would have already screwed the hose on top of it. You will receive the hose and, like I said, the special tool to make the thread. Align it. Tack, easy peasy, new bolt. Also here, maybe I would recommend you to use the Loctite, but again, it's not necessary, it's not compulsory. Inox and aluminum, oxide, it will lock forever. You can use a washer, a special elastic one if you want. On my bike, I didn't. It's still running. I have a special pump, a Bosch, obviously. On my bike, it's running. I'd never put any Loctite anywhere. It's happily running. Also the one here in the Super Duke tank, it's not. Wait a second, because I'm trying to find. Yeah, here we go. Extra long thread, it means that they are more robust. Also here, 5 Newton top, done. You take the hose, you run it through this holder that has been specifically designed for this. And you make it push back the petrol inside the bottom. Why we wanted this? We wanted to make sure that this system is more robust than the original. We wanted to make sure that all the petrol would recirculate toward the pump, to make everything more robust, to make everything more reliable. This is basically the most elegant design you will ever see, because obviously I did it, but it's a really, really good design. It's strong. It will allow you to get rid of the Keihin small design. It will open up the market to you, any kind of brand, any kind of model. We will give you the specific model. We give you at least 10 models you can compare and match in the market. A fuel pump can cost now 27, 32 euros. That's a top. Some of those cost 75, 125 euros, but they do not provide what a Bosch pump. This, I believe, is a 50 euro Bosch pump. This is much stronger than anything else here on the table with this design. So guys, I hope you liked it, because this is the real revolution. We designed it for you. I designed it for my own bike because I want to be safe. I want to be able and free to choose whatever I want. Because once I can choose my brand, once I can compare, I am free. And I'm free also, should anything happen, to get a new pump for 27 euros. Do I have 10 of these in the bucket, in the basement? I can use them still too. No problem. This gives you the freedom to use whatever design. Freedom from the plastic, brown plastic, freedom from the tabs, freedom from the screws, freedom from this complicated, complex and delicate system. This is much stronger. This is up to the real power and real potential of your KTM. They are great machines. They are really almost indestructible. But fuel system, let's talk about this. We can improve them. We can make your bike better. Okay, I hope I didn't forget anything, but I believe not. Should you have any question, hit us. We are always here for you. Charlize, please come to Florence. Let us have dinner together. We will give you lots of fun because we are nice people. This is Guglatech. Subscribe to the channel. Thumbs up, please, because we need to know what you think about our product and if you like our product, because we think that we are doing everything for you, our riders, our friends, our bikers, not just for the market. Thank you very much. This is Guglatech. Yeah, I knew. I told you I forgot something. The dampener. Let's go. This time, you see, the cable are long enough to work and operate like this. The other would just be ripped up by the base, from the base. Dampener. In position. Like I said, this has not been modified. The pump has not been modified. It's just as it is from the box, inside the system with our modification. And without modification to the damper. Obviously, it would be easier if I had everything in parts, but I want to show you that the task is easy peasy. Pump in, dampener in. Alignment of the pump is automatic. And done. If you feel better modifying the dampener, it's rubber. You can cut it with a Dremel or with a Swiss knife. If you feel to modify the pump base, again, it's aluminum. You can do it, no problem. It's a couple of seconds work, but in my opinion, you're wasting your time. Better to enjoy a beer with friends while mounting it and hit the road to experience freedom and the new power to the bike. Hose in. No need to do anything else. Fix for good. Again, thank you guys. It's a pleasure. This is Guglatech.